Hey everyone, it's the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to my interview with Eric from I Prevail. Hello.
What's up? What's
What's
up? Thanks for
up?
having me.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Probably not as good as you though, because you just had something new come into your life, being your fur baby. So I
Oh,
mean, how wonderful is having Lilith now? Oh my gosh!
she is.
Hi. You're so
Look,
cute.
there's people
I'm
want to see you.
I'm such a sucker for dogs. Like you have no idea.
And then here's the old man over here.
Hi, you're adorable too.
As good as it can be. Just down here with in Texas with my girlfriend where she lives. So trying to enjoy the warm weather before it turns into cold and wet and shit.
Yeah,
But
definitely keep it and take it all in because we here in Toronto, Canada, just had snow this morning. So
oh
please
no, don't say
enjoy
that.
enjoy your warm weather.
Oh man, I got to travel back to Michigan here soon, so I'm not. Fingers crossed you didn't send that white shit down to us yet.
Right. Yeah, we'll just keep it for ourselves and let you have
Yeah,
some actual like nice weather for a while.
yeah.
Well, times are definitely different right now, and this year has been absolutely crazy for so many reasons. I know a lot of people took up baking, some just binge watched a lot of shows and movies. So, how was most of your downtime spent?
Oh boy. Other than the puppy, I've rescued a kitten too. So there's that. My house is full of fur.
Right.
Um, usually touring is like heavy. We're touring heavy in the summer, so being home, got to spend some time with friends and family that I haven't seen in a few years or more than just a weekend, here and there. I got to spend some time. So that's been nice. But I've been streaming on Twitch here and there. Took a break here for a little bit, working on some stuff and traveling back and forth to Texas. But Dylan, our guitarist, and I have been doing that a lot, and that's kind of helped keep our sanity so far.
Right. Is it getting down in video games as far as Twitch goes, or just shooting the breeze? It is okay.
Yeah, video games, a lot of video games, and then shooting the shit here and there. But it's been mostly just video gaming.
When it comes to video games, you either play them just for the love and fun of it, or you're a super competitive human being. So, which of the two is it? Okay, by the head,
A
I
little
feel like it's the latter.
a little bit of both, but competitive is definitely yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a very exciting time for the band because Post Traumatic is soon going to come out for all fans to hear and check out. It's exciting because it was recorded live from over a dozen live shows. So for you, was it kind of bittersweet in the moment listening to concert recordings with just how much everyone is missing live music right now and kind of narrowing it down for what's going to be featured on the live release?
it's uh it's been making me miss touring a lot. But we spent a lot of time making sure that this full record, even though they were recorded from different cities from across the world, we wanted to have it, you be able to put headphones on and just lose yourself. My favorite thing, like even when I'm not touring, when we're home, I'm looking for a show to go see, whether it's some local band or new band or smaller touring band, to any kind of tour. I miss just being at shows, the whole hour to 3 hours of just letting loose and just forgetting all the bullshit going on, and to just, it's kind of like a meditation, I guess. So
Right, like a
we
therapy.
yeah, so it was something we were very keen on making sure that on the record, that even though they're from different cities and around the world, it wasn't recorded in the same spot, that the songs blended together to feel like we were playing them live in your living room or wherever you're listening to. So kind of give you a pseudo feeling of being at a
Right.
show.
What is one of the things you would say you miss the most about being on the road? Is it that escape? Does it happen to be just like the camaraderie? What would you say is the number one thing you're kind of missing at the moment?
I miss playing. I miss that 3 minutes before you walk on stage where the lights are dark and people know you're about to go on, the house music's cut,
Right. The chants
and
begin.
yep, and you got the intro track, first song starting to turn up, and I missed that. It's no matter how many shows you play, for me personally, there's always like a tiny bit of anxiety, like anxiousness to get up there. And then once you get up there, seeing everyone just scream the first couple words of, we start off with Bow Down, so to walk out there, and once kids realize that's the song and start singing along, it's those little moments that I'm really missing the most. The calm before the storm, for lack of a better term, to right when that first big hit hits. That's the magic of it, and that's what I'm really dying to have again, to feel again.
Well, fingers crossed at some point soon we'll be able to either figure something out that's incredible with technology to give us that feel, or we'll be able to go back to some sort of normal live show. Everyone's fingers are crossed, though, I'm sure, in that sense.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the new upcoming release features songs from the Grammy-nominated album Trauma, and there's a song on that record called Every Time You Leave, which I really feel connected with so many people, because whether it's someone who is currently serving abroad, or if it happens to be in a long distance relationship, or just being stuck at home not being able to see friends when you're quarantining, like everyone can relate to it. So was there a specific moment for you? Simply, was it tour life? Like, what kind of sparked that idea for you?
It was when we decided we wanted to have a ballad-esque kind of song on the record. We didn't, thinking of all the topics we could have written about, and between Brian, Steve, and I, the three of us, we were really feeling was the whole getting up and going on tour. And the last couple tours that we were on were like the longest we've been on the road. It was like something like 4 months straight or something like that. And really missing, our loved ones at home, our dogs, our cats, our fiancés, girlfriends, and then me especially. Like, for the longest time, my girlfriend's lived in Dallas and I live up in Detroit. So, just getting off tour and having to wait a little bit to see each other again. That was the kind of the catalyst of it. But try to relate that to more people. Not everyone gets up and goes to tour for work for 3 months, at a time. But there's, how many people out in our armed forces that, have to travel, to be gone for months on end to even years, to kids going away from college, going away to college and leaving their family or their girlfriend or boyfriend at home. I think that's just it's a common thing that people experience, is having to leave for certain bits of time, and whether that's growing up and getting old and learning that's something that happens, or that's just a part of your life, and to make it happen, you gotta to travel or to leave your loved one. And so we felt that was something that a lot of people could relate to, and that's, here we are.
You kind of covered the spectrum there, but it really is relatable from so many different aspects. And I feel like even with the music video that you put out, like, that's why so many people can listen to it and just think like, man, this really speaks to me. So it's really cool seeing how it relates to so many different people in different ways.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course. One of the things I didn't want to bring up and get into with you is the fact that not only do you have your own music available for fans to grab on vinyl, but you also collect. And it seems like you have a really great collection. You even have its own Instagram page for it. So for you, I mean, how long have you actually been collecting vinyl for?
Oh boy. I think it was 2012 when I first got my first record. So 7-8 years now or something like that. It says on that page. It's something like that. But I was in college. I started picking up records here and there of just bands that I liked or just released stuff. And now that got a little more time in my hands and a little more accessibility, like being on tour, that's my favorite thing. Whenever we tour with the band and they got a record, I'll be like, hey, what do you want from our merch table? All I want is a record. You can take whatever you want from ours. I just want a record. So I got a bunch of records, and a lot of them either have a cool story or I picked them up from somewhere cool, or you can ask the guys whenever we're traveling abroad, I'll end up leaving tour with at least 5 or 6 records at the very least. I'll have my own suitcase of
just
records.
Albums.
Yeah.
How many would you say you have in the collection at this point?
I think I'm almost to 400 now.
That's actually pretty intense.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem.
I was about to say, like, how do you kind of display them? Are they just put in like crates somewhere?
I got a big stand that holds them all, and then I built these display shelves up on I gutted out one of my spare room's closets. I turned that into spare room / music room. So I got all my
Nice.
my records up on the wall, my my top 12 up there, something like that, and then yeah, just a little nice setup.
That's the way to do it. And you can look back and just see all your accomplishments. Each little record kind of like takes you back to where you were when you got it.
Exactly.
Well, just if we were to speak to one in your collection, which would you say is the prized possession?
Oh man. I'd have to say, without looking at them, one comes ahead. Slipknot's Iowa. I got an original pressing of that, and that record was a big record, transitioning from just loving rock and whatever metal I heard to going, whoa, that whole record is insane, and just took me down the path of no return of being a metalhead.
There's no turning back from there.
Not the slightest.
Well, I really do want to say thank you so much for taking the time and hopping on here today. It was an absolute pleasure being able to pick your brain, not only about the release, but just vinyl and everything else you have going on. So thank you very much for taking the time.
Well, thank you for having me. That means a lot. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Everyone watching, this has been Eric from I Prevail. I'm the interview queen, Alicia Atout. Be sure to check out their upcoming release and visit aliciaatout.com for more exclusive interviews and features. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Peace.